if you have 200 bucks in a CD and it'll be worth 300 bucks in 4 years, what type of interest rate are you getting if it's compounded continuously? This is the formula for compounding continuously. Do we know my final amount? Yes, it's 300. Do we know my initial amount? 200. E is a value in your calculator. Do we know R? Do we know our rate? No, that's what they want to find. Do we know how much time? Yes, it's 4 years. Now, I'm going to set up an equation. A is 300 equals P, which is 200. E, my rate is what I'm trying to find. My time is 4 years. I'm going to solve that for R. And you would need a calculator for this particular type of problem. The first step in this problem is to get E by itself. So you're going to divide by 200. That leaves us with 3 over 2 equals E to the, is it okay if I make that 4R instead of R4? Now, from there, I need to get that R out of the exponent, so I need to change it to a log. But I don't like it when the exponent's on this side, so I'm just going to rewrite it as E to the 4R equals 3 over 2. Is that cool? I just rewrote it, having the E on the left side. Now, if I want to change this to a log, what I'm going to do is I'm going to write the word log in front of it, keep the E. Now, can I change, what's 3 over 2 as a decimal? I'm going to make that 1.5 equals 4R. I just changed that in my mind to a decimal. Now, what's log E? Isn't that ln? That's ln 1.5 equals 4R. Okay. How do you get the 4 off the R? Divide it. So R is ln 1.5 divided by 4. Now, does that tell you much of a rate? That's kind of confusing, isn't it? Let's find the rate. If I took a calculator and went ln 1.5 and then I divided by 4, you end up with this. If you actually got a calculator out and did this, you end up with 0.101. So what's your percent? What's your rate? That is a 10%. This person's getting 10%, which is really darn good on a CD. 10% on a CD is like fabulous. It's impossible, basically. You're not ever going to get that. 10% is way too high, but to get from this to this in that amount of time, that's your rate that you are getting every year, 10% a year to get to that final.